Peace, peace, peace. So, I want to get on here and talk a little bit. I'm going to try to start doing these more often. I've said that before and then I shy away from it, but I've had some vibrational changes and, oh, shoot, in the last few months. I mean, it's constant over the course of our lives, but for me, really rapidly into a completely different vibration in the last few months. So I just wanted to get on here and talk about. I had a friend asked me why I haven't been posting many yoga poses and why I kind of switched up my page a little bit, which is mainly, like I said, because I've had a vibrational change, which means that for me, I started to diversify myself a little bit more. I have been very rigid in my spiritual practices and studies in order to get through this first part of my, well, I don't know if it was the first part, one part of my initiation, my spiritual initiation to waking up to my divinity. So I was very rigid in my practices at one point in time. Now I'm starting to incorporate all the things that I learned into my daily life, so I don't have to be as rigid, although I do continue to use my rituals and my practice throughout my day and throughout my life and throughout the course of, me being an alchemist. Um, so, an explanation for why I haven't been posting many yoga poses, I went through this vibrational change that also shifted my body. I realized that I was no longer processing the nutrients the way I needed to. I had a little bit too many metals in my body. I was dealing with a lot of copper in my arts, so I had too much copper, not enough iron, not enough other metals that are necessary to withstand my immune system. So my immune system started to break down on me in the beginning of the year. And some other things happened. I was just I was not able to keep weight. I had been vegan vegetarian for almost 10 years, and I just during this shift I just needed more energy. And people, that's why I try to tell people not to be so rigid when it comes to their diet. It becomes more of an agenda than it does a focus on what you are here to do. For me, my diet is a part of my process. It's not necessarily an agenda. I do believe in certain things and certain understandings of veganism and plant based and so forth. But for me, it's more vibrationally. What am I able to hold? What do I need right now? There's certain things in my life path, in my life lesson that I am not able to go forward without the physical things that I need in order to have the energy to do the things that I needed to do vibrational wise. So I needed to gain more weight, to say the least. So I started to incorporate things like soy into my diet and some other things. Just recently picked back up cheese, eggs, and fish. Yes, I did that. I don't eat them. I don't eat eggs very much because I do realize what it does to my gastronomical system. But I do. I have picked up some other things, and then to balance that, I mean, there's so many things that has changed in my life. But to balance my energy and to make sure that I'm getting the proper nutrients that I'm getting, I have incorporated Juice Plus, which I'm a huge advocate for nutrition wise. It's just nutrition, not really a supplement. It's nutrition, but it comes like in a supplement form. But it's whole foods and plant based shakes, snack bars, gummies, and capsules. I just had some granola, so I'm burping that up. Granola with soy milk. But so again, the main reason why I have not done my yoga posture is because I was going through this physical change, and with that physical change, I started to heal some of the things that were part of my genetics and also part of that vibration at that time. So through that healing, I had some growing pains in my knees, mainly in my hips, because it was a deformity that I was born with, to where my feet and my hips were fused certain ways. Uterus flipped and pancreas tilted. So, which was why I never really went very far in flexibility in my yoga practices and my spine and my hips because of those things. And through this change, things just really started to stiffen up, and no matter how much yoga I did, it hurt. So I needed to focus more on my physical health, more than just yoga. I needed to really focus on what physically is causing this. Of course, spiritually, I knew it was because I was being so rigid in my life, and I needed to come into the full truth of who I am. So I am waiting for it to go to a chiropractor, because I know that I need some adjustments to be made. Also want to start back up my massage therapy routine to help to loosen up some of the muscles and tissues around those areas that I need to continue to heal. So that's why I haven't been doing many yoga postures and poses. I do still do my yoga throughout the day, but it's nowhere near the 2 hour to 5 hour practices that I used to do. It's maybe 5-10 minutes throughout the course of the day. So I get up and do my stretches and my meditation and my breathing, depending on where I am and what I'm doing. So like I said, it's incorporated into me being a conscious being, my conscious living routine. But I know that I didn't want it to hurt myself, and I didn't want to injure myself, because I did have one injury because I was pushing myself further than my body was allowing me to go. So with me recognizing that, I noticed that I need to step back and go ahead and pay attention more to the physical things that I need to heal, because in order to push myself after that point, once I am healed, then that'll be a whole nother vibrational shift. I'm gonna be all doing all kind of stuff. But I don't know how long that healing process is going to be. I don't even know what damage has been done, or with me not paying attention to that prior to, or with me ignoring it, should I say, because I knew, you know. Um, but I thought it was something that um, I could take care of on my own. And that's one thing that I've learned too throughout the course of this vibrational shift, is that although we walk the path alone, we are here to help one another. So there are other practitioners and healers that can help us in our journey. So I have been stepping back from yoga in a whole. I haven't been teaching. Instead, I was going to yoga classes when I first moved to Oregon. And I go here and there, but it's mostly I go to restorative rest yoga, or and every once in a while I'll do hot yoga so that my muscles can loosen up before I go into practice. But I just been stepping back and taking care of me, paying way more attention to the whole holistic, my whole person, my whole being, mind, body, spirit, emotions, mental, everything. Which is what I stand for, which is why, what I teach and what I give to others, and what I try to be an example of for others, is that we are not just 3D beings. We are not just spiritual beings, because otherwise, why would we be on this physical plane, this physical existence? It's for experience that we chose. So with that choice, I'm choosing to take better care of myself in all ways. I'm also seeking counseling myself, for some things that came up emotionally and mentally that I need to take care of, so that I can be better for other people. And through this journey, I'm still assisting others, because we are reflections of others, and I notice the synchronicities that are even more distinct and even more instant now that I'm starting to take care of these things. But it's just part of the journey. It's not anything that I can say that needed to be taken care of beforehand. Before I became, a helper and a guide. It's part of the process. I notice that now, that even in hindsight, it's pieces to the puzzle. Without me stepping out and being a yoga teacher, I wouldn't know that I needed that. I wouldn't know, I wouldn't have that awareness to stop at a certain point and say, hey, I need to correct some things. I need to step back and I need to go see somebody because I'm not comfortable in my body. And like really physically not comfortable in my body. It's uncomfortable to walk, to stand, to sleep. It's not really painful. It's just it's really stiffness, and it feels like things just aren't right. And I'm grateful for that awareness, and I'm grateful that I am able to humble myself and sit down in periods of my life when I need to, in order for things to come together the way that they should, and that keeps me aligned. Um, and that keeps me able to help other people because I'm taking care of myself. So that's all. I just wanted to go ahead and just give an explanation for that, and also hoping that me sharing that would also give some light onto, reflection for others. So that is all, my loves. Like I said, I will try to come back, and I will. I'm not gonna try. I will. I will. I'm ready. I'm ready. To start doing these more often, whatever comes to mind. Because sometimes I might blab on here and it be about some BS, but that's life. Sometimes you gotta deal with the bullshit. With the good shit. So I'm here. I'm here for all of that. I love you. Peace, blessings, live truth, be love.